Hi, my name is Amanda Brolly and I'm an advanced nurse practitioner in frailty at University Hospital Kerry. Today I'm going to talk to you about adapting advanced nursing practice in a pandemic, the resilience of older people and the Colours of Hope art exhibition. So the background to this initiative is that during the early stages of the pandemic in early April, older adults were cocooning. And the normal outpatient services that we have for older adults in the older person services, we weren't able to run them. And for this reason, we realised that we needed to do our business differently. And we had to think outside the box and do different initiatives. So one of those initiatives was a registered advanced nurse practitioner-led service model. And this involved direct referrals from the GP to the registered advanced nurse practitioner for telehealth and virtual clinics. And those direct referrals were made and responded to within 2 hours. So patients were contacted within 2 hours of referrals. So it was a rapid response service as well. This new service was supported by the geriatrician and the MDT. So I had a lot of support. So it involved telehealth and virtual clinics. So patients were invited to attend virtual clinics or to participate in telehealth clinics and consultations. As part of this, I also gave health promotion advice on living well during the pandemic, looking after mental health and staying active while cocooning. And the feedback from the patients was really, really good. And I also cemented this information by sending patient information leaflets in the post as well to families and carers and to patients. So that was an important element. Also, I had the link and the support of the MDT, which was really, really important. And also it led to developing more pathways to GPs, cementing existing pathways to GPs. And also a really important element that I found was that a crucial networking with the public health nurse, because the public health nurse has direct access to the patient's front door. And that was a crucial element in this service. And it's an element that I hope to be using going forward. In relation to the Colours of Hope art exhibition, that really came about following developing links with the voluntary organisations. So during the pandemic, I was linking in with multiple voluntary organisations in the community, but one of them was Brolly Art Group. Now, Brolly Art Group are a group of older adults who love to paint. So I asked them at the time, would they be interested in doing an art exhibition in the hospital to lift the spirits of patients and staff during this very frightening time for everyone. So they jumped at the opportunity and they created 70 pieces of beautiful artwork that were exhibited in the hospital for 6 weeks. And it was an amazing initiative that got unbelievable feedback from staff, from patients. But probably the most valuable feedback for me was that the artists themselves, who were older adults cocooning, said that they felt that they had a purpose and it was really, really important to them. So that was a really important element of the initiative for me. So this is one piece of art that I just wanted to show you, one of the 70. And we have another one there. So they're just, really beautiful, really vibrant in the hospital. So as we recover from that early period in the pandemic and we look back and we think of the outcomes following this initiative, a very important outcome for me would be that patients' needs were met in their own home. And that was important to me and it was important to patients because the feedback I got from them was really, really good. They felt supported and they felt their needs were met. Another element is that right care in the right place at the right time is aligned with government policy and with Sláinte Care. So that was important. The outcome as well would be that relationships were developed with the public health nurses particularly and the GPs, relationships that were cemented and that we will be using going forward in our services. And I think that was a really important outcome. The virtual service was an amazing success, with really good feedback, and it has been now incorporated into the new integrated hub for the older person here in the hospital. And we will be using a virtual service now based on the success of this initiative. That's another beautiful picture. from one of our artists. So when we think of the key messages, nurses can and must lead the way in improving services for older people. Innovation and imagination are required, and that's really important. And the Colours of Hope art exhibition is an example of innovation and imagination. It's also a really good example of the resilience of the older adult. The Colours of Hope art exhibition is an example of their resilience, their strength, and their tenacity in the face of a pandemic. And older adults don't want to be defined for frailty or for their deficits. We really older people want to be defined for their strengths and everything that's positive about aging. And this is an example of positive aging. So finally, just to finish off by saying hope is important to us all, because only with hope can we renew.